Good afternoon, citizens. Good afternoon, nation. This is Erwin Bernales, Tuesday, November 9, and you are watching EJ3 News. For the headlines, Quality Assurance, History of Quality Assurance, Legal Basis of Voluntary Accreditation in the Philippines, 2 accrediting agencies in public schools, Characteristic and Voluntary Accreditation. Here is Joey to give the meaning of quality assurance and when the quality assurance started. Joey?
Quality is the password and buzzword in the 21st century. Because of its worldwide acceptance, authorities understandably expressed varying perceptions of quality. The British Higher Education Council admitted that quality is difficult to define, but concluded that quality is the central mystery of British higher education, a mystery in all the variants of meaning and nuance of which the word is capable. The United States Higher Education Council stated that no single workable definition of quality is possible and also concluded that the best approach is to look for characteristics or indicators. But the former CHED Executive Director, Dr. Roger Perez, defined the quality. He stated that quality is not perfection. It is improving your previous best and showing that you are at the leading edge in most aspects. The concept of quality includes a set of standards against which things, situations, or institutions are evaluated in order to determine the degree of quality that they possess. Assurance is the declaration of a commitment aimed at giving confidence to one's intended clients, customers, or public. So quality assurance is demonstrated by a system of principles and practices arranged logically to achieve certain predetermined quality, goals, or objectives. The quality assurance begins in 2560 BC, wherein early civil engineering projects needed to be built from specifications like the Great Pyramid of Giza, which was built. And in the Kingdom of England, or King John of England, in 1199 to 1216, it is the royal government's purchasing materials were interested in quality control as customers. So King John of England appointed William Rothman to report about the construction and repair of ships. Also, in the Middle Ages, it is guilds assumed responsibility for quality control of their members, setting and maintaining certain standards for guild membership. And when the Industrial Revolution led to a system in which large group of people performing a similar type of work were grouped together under the supervision of a foreman who was appointed to control the quality of work manufactured. Also, quality assurance happened in or during World War I, wherein to counter bad workmanship, full-time inspectors were introduced the factory to identify, quarantine, and correct products defects. And in 1930, the systematic approach of quality started in industrial manufacture, mostly in the United States of America, with the impact of mass production was required during the World War II it became necessary to introduce a more appropriate form of quality control, which can be identified as statistical quality control, or SQC. And also during the World War II, many countries' manufacturing capabilities that had been destroyed during the war were rebuilt. So the United States sent General Douglas MacArthur to oversee the rebuilding of Japan. So during this time, General MacArthur involved two key individuals, which is Edward Deming and Joseph Juran. Beginning of quality assurance here in the Philippines is happened or started in 1950s, wherein the Philippine private higher education institutions having two associations laid the groundwork for the voluntary accreditation of private schools, colleges, and universities. So the first association is that the Philippine Associations of Colleges and Universities, or called PACU, and the other one is the Catholic Education Association of the Philippines, or CEAP. Joelyn Gan, EJ3 News.
Thank you, Joelyn, for the information. Here's Joanna for the Flash Report. Joanna?
Yes, Erwin. Legal basis of voluntary accreditation in the Philippines. What is Education Act of 1982? Batas Pambansa bilang 232, or better known as the Education Act of 1982, provides the latest and more specific provision on rights, duties, and parents' relation to education. This was an act providing for the establishment and maintenance of an integrated system of education. In accordance with Section 2, this act shall apply to and govern both formal and non-formal system in public and private schools in all levels of the entire educational system. The first big boost in voluntary accreditation movement was the issuance of the implementing rules and regulations for Batas Pambansa 232, other known as the Education Act of 1982. Rule 4 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations, or IRR, outlined 7 provisions to govern voluntary accreditation, and these are policy, definition, eligibility for voluntary accreditation, benefits of voluntary accreditation, recognition of private voluntary accrediting associations, accrediting agencies, and lifespan of the regulated status. In line with this is the creation of Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, in 1994. In 1994, Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, was organized by virtue of Republic Act 7722. The following year, September 25, 1995, the CHED chair issued CHED Order Number 31, Series of 1995, which specified the policies on voluntary accreditation in aid of quality and excellence in higher education. Obviously, this issuance was promulgated in close coordination with FAAP, which was organized and authorized by CHED as the agency that would certify the accredited status of programs granted by the 3 accrediting agencies federated under the Federation of Accrediting Agencies of the Philippines, or FAAP umbrella. And these are the Philippine Accrediting Agencies of Schools, Colleges, and Universities, or PAASCU, Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities Commission on Accreditation, or PACU-COA, and the Association of Christian Schools, Colleges, and Universities Accrediting Agency, or ACS-CUAA. Furthermore, there are 2 accrediting agencies for public schools: Accrediting Agency of Chartered Colleges and Universities in the Philippines, or AACCUP, and Association of Local Colleges and Universities Commission on Accreditation, or ALCU-COA. AACCUP is now closely allied with the ALCU-COA, organized only in the later part of year 2003. The ALCU-COA have been formally organized by the ALCU Board of Directors and was registered at the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, on October 23, 2003, with Dr. Benjamin Tayabas as the interim president, Dr. Seferina MP Tarinting, Executive Director, and it was finally approved on December 9, 2003. to come up with a federation of accrediting agencies for government colleges and universities, a joint meeting of the AACCUP and ALCU officers was held, headed by then President Rosario Pimentel, Dr. Manuel T. Corpus, and President Benjamin Tayabas. Hence, on November 20 to 23, 2003, the second ALCU National Conference was held in Olongapo City with the theme Strengthening LCUs Through Accreditation. In this occasion, the National Network of Quality Assurance Agency, or NNQAA, a network of accrediting agencies for government colleges and universities, was born. On January 8, 2004, NNQAA was registered at the SEC. This landmark federation of the two accrediting agencies for the public higher educational institutions of the country was witnessed by the national leaders of the Professional Regulation Commission, PRC, Civil Service Commission, CSC, the League of Cities of the Philippines, or LCP, and the Commission on Higher Education, or SCHED. Juana Flores, EJ3 News Report.
Here's Jidel to give the information about accreditation and its characteristics and benefits. Jidel?
Yes, Erwin. So for the next topic, characteristics of voluntary accreditation. First, accreditation is based on accepted standard. If a school has standards that an organization looking for, the accreditation will be followed. There's a standard that you need to comply before an organization recognizes you. Accreditation is primarily concerned with the student's learning welfare, growth, and development. Accreditation is always based on how to develop the student's skills and also the growth of each individual. Accreditation provides opportunities for institutional growth through self-study, evaluation, and self-regulation. Accreditation gives a chance to an institution to be recognized and to create a better facilities for the better growth not only the students but also for the growth of an institution. Accreditation admits periodic review, criticism, and readjustment of its criteria, policies, and procedures in response to changes in education. Like what we are experiencing now, changes of educational platform that will deal both of our teachers and students. Accreditation can create another criteria that the school need to follow for us to make the better execution of education through online. Accreditation benefits the institution as follows. First, it improves the institution through self-study, self-evaluation, and self-policing, regardless of its corporate nature, philosophy, and objectives. It means it improves not only the students, but also the institution itself. It improves the execution of education and they creating a better learning platform using the standard for accreditation. Next, it guides the public, parents, and students in the choice of quality schools that will meet their individual educational needs. Also, it can be your guide on choosing a better school that will provide you a better learning platform and will surely help you to grow. Next, it simplifies transfer of academic credits. It also facilitates the transfer of students and faculty, as well as faculty exchange and mutual cooperation, field war on public and professional recognition. It also transfers the academic credit vice versa for the faculty and student for maintaining strong professionalism attitudes towards the community. It is one favorable actor considered in the grant of government assistance and other incentives. It is also the basis of academic assistance and incentives coming from our governments. Last, it helps assure the public of better qualified practitioners in different professions. Jadel B. Gonzaga, EJ3 News.
Thank you viewers for staying with us until the last news. This is Erwin Bernales from EJ3 TV.